Hi, lovelies. How are you doing? Hoping that you are all doing well. Okay, this is just an excuse for you guys to see my new pair of nails. How do you guys like the concept black and white? I don't know, yin and yang. Guys, it's yet another week, and so if you're seeing this, this is definitely Wednesday, and I hope you guys are doing well. Yeah. So welcome to another video, and today I would like us to talk about my advice to recent graduates. So I've seen a couple of universities have already had their graduations done. I think Catholic University of Eastern Africa, my alma mater, and the other one, is it JKUAT ama KU? But I know there are two apart from KUA, kuna uni nyingine like wamesha graduate. So I just thought, you know what, let me share a video about advice to recent graduates. The reason I'm saying this is because one, I am almost getting out of the recent graduate, but I have been a recent graduate recently because I graduated from my Bachelor's of Laws program in 2020. And so this is the third year since I graduated from my LLB. And the things I have learned out of the mistakes I made, the things I have learned from my observation, seeing how other people have succeeded in their careers because of things they did and I never did. And so I thought I would share. Apart from that, I am also very, very passionate about youth empowerment because as a young person, I have really struggled in this professional space. I have struggled to get jobs. I have struggled to make money. I have struggled with depression because of career related reasons. I have felt lost. I have felt confused. I have been in like I have gone through anything you can imagine a young person has gone through in their professional lives, in their early professional years. And so I thought if I can share these tips and it can help someone, why not? So this is for anyone who has graduated, is graduating this year, or has graduated, or even if you've graduated within the last 3 years. I think this is still applicable to you. The reason I'm saying this is because when you apply for a job, you're definitely going to be applying for entry level position. So without further ado, let's get into it. Number one, your passion will take you far. Unaona hii kitu inaitwa passion, don't ignore that thing. The reason I'm saying this is because we always view passion as something irrational, something that deals with the heart. And it's this thing where people say your passion cannot make money for you. You know, you need to think with your mind, not with your heart. But me, I'm here to tell you that your passion will take you far. There's a quote that is usually say that when you're passionate, you never work a day in your life. So, as you're stepping out of being in campus and now you're getting into the real job market, shamba la mawe ile yenyewe, character development, I want you to embrace your passion. And as you're embracing your passion, you need to know that your passion may be very different with what you studied in campus. So how can you embrace your passion? One is you can merge together your passion and your course, what you studied. So let's say something like you really love music. You really love music, you really love entertainment, and you're a lawyer. So guys, I'm going to use a lot of examples around law and social impact careers because those are like my key careers. So si unapenda muziki, you like poetry, entertainment, and you're a lawyer. You want to pursue job opportunities in the entertainment space as a entertainment lawyer. You know, you can work in law firms that are more focused about, representing creatives, you know. You can see how to merge copyright law and entertainment, right? Because where there's entertainment, there's music, there's a lot of legalities around it, you know? So you want to get in that space. Another point, hapo bado kwa passion, that people will say, Akival, mimi, I don't know my passion. And I think one or two people have ever reached out to me. And they're like, Val, how are you able to find your passion? If you watched my recent video last year, did I say last year? Last Wednesday, last week on what they don't tell you about the social impact career, I was giving you guys my chronology of my social impact career and how I doing the most like the most informal things, the most not so structured things led me to finding my passion. So how you can find your passion? Now this is a bit late for those who have already graduated, but those who are in campus, I would say put your feet in everything and find out your passion is. But maybe you are not able to do that while you're in campus because your course was very demanding, or you had to simply just pretty much work a job to make an extra income for school fees or pocket money, and you'll be like, sasa nimemaliza shule bado I don't know what my passion is. I can advise you, like, online there are a lot of personality tests. First of all, you want to do a personality test to know what kind of person you are. Two, you want to do a soul search. Like, you sit down in a quiet place and just ask yourself what excites you. You know, the thing is, you'll be very shocked that your passion doesn't have to be something great. You could find out that your passion is that you really love traveling. Your passion could be that you really love makeup. I have friends of mine who were fellow law students, were students pamoja, schoolmates, classmates, but they are passionate about makeup and they're trying to match that with their law degree. You may find that your passion is that you're really a good listener. Your passion could be that you love sports. Your passion could be you love cooking. Just list down all those things that you love doing, hata kama iko unrelated with your profession. And then what you want to do is you want to see how to integrate your passions and your course. Siku hizi kuna ChatGPT. You guys, hey, ChatGPT is one thing that you need to take advantage of. Put that information on ChatGPT and say, hi ChatGPT, I have a bachelor's degree in public health or community development, and I love cooking, I love this, I love that. Would you suggest possible areas that I would like to apply for those jobs? The reason I'm saying that is because when you're passionate about something, you're more likely to do that thing better than when you're just there for the money. Second, when you're passionate, usually most of the things you're passionate about are the things that are tied to your calling, you know? It's not by default that God puts certain interest in certain people and in others he puts in different things. It's very, me I always say life is not coincidental. It's not just a coincidence. Life is clearly mapped out and God has a very clear plan for you, especially around your career and your profession, because that is service to God and service to humanity. So take those passions very keenly. If you will be interested in having a personalized, you want me to walk you through finding what your passion is and your course is, reach out to me. Again, I said I'm not an expert and I'm not doing this at a cost. So because I'm really passionate about youth empowerment, I would love to walk you through and just help you find what is your passion. Let me tell you, for me, I found out that I'm very passionate about social impact work, and that really helps me when applying for jobs. I was more focused on applying in NGOs and UN, hizo ma CBOs, as opposed to applying to law firms. But I was applying for legal jobs, legal internships, but in those organizations. Another thing, and this is something I'm always saying, especially on my socials. If you follow me on TikTok, on Instagram, and LinkedIn, I'm always talking about the importance of building your networks. What you want to do is building your networks. You want to build your networks because your network is your net worth. I'm telling you, usijidharau useme, oh, mimi sina do. If you have solid networks, you're better than someone who has money, because people convert to money. So what you want to do is, nataka uache kujihurumia and saying things like, oh, I did not come from a rich family. Oh, I don't have tall relatives. How can I get a job? Sina connections. Build those connections. You want to build those connections for yourself, such that these people can translate into being your mentors, being your job providers, being your potential employers. They could refer you. How can you build your networks? Number one, you want to attend events. Umemaliza shule, hauna kitu unafanya. Be a serial event attendee. I remember when we graduated, ilikuwa COVID lockdown and all those stuff. But I remember in my last year of campus, me and my friends, I used to tell my friends, sisi kazi yetu ni kuenda kuattend hizo ma conferences, and I remember I used to print business cards. So print your business card. Haijalishi ati sina organization, I don't have anything to do. Print your business card up, put there a very good image of yourself, and then write there bachelor of law, bachelor of laws graduate, and then put there a link to your LinkedIn. Squeezy, you can even put a QR code. Print your business card na weke hapo QR code. If someone scans it, it takes them to your LinkedIn profile. You want to make sure that you're building connections. Attend conferences. Wala usiseme ati hii conference haiko related to what I want to do. You never know whom you meet where. Conference inakuja mbele yako, wewe attend. You are not having commitments, you're not having priorities. Remember, you're also trying to find your passion. So don't just say, oh, mimi nimesoma accounts, sasa na attend events za accounts peke yake. Na kumbe you are passionate about beauty. And maybe you're supposed to be attending more events around marketing and beauty and communications and PR. So attend as many events as possible. Now, ukiattend hizo events, make sure you look. I'm going to link down a video to my TikTok where I was talking in depth. I have a 2-part video. I was talking in depth about how to network effectively. Your network is your network. If there's one thing I believe in, is network. Mimi, like 80% of the opportunities I've gotten is because of the networks I have. So what you want to do is to network, so that usianze kusema guy, oh Kenya hakuna jobs, oh mimi sina tall relatives, unajihurumia. Let me tell you, your networks, watu watakuwa wanasema Jen, how did you get this job? Wangari, Musa, how are you able to get these opportunities? Unawambia siri ni mwosho moja tu, and that is networks. Building up to that point, I would like to say about this thing of stop banking on your relatives. You know these quotes, these memes that go around where they usually say ati today is the 4th year since my uncle told me to send him my CV so that he can see what he can do. First of all, mi wanasema, if you're depending on your relatives when you're rich, influential, even successful, to give you jobs, first of all, that's a very huge sense of entitlement. Second of all, why should they? Just because you're bloodly related. You know, I always have this mentality that I always say that no one owes you anything. And the moment you realize that no one owes you anything, including your friends, including your relatives, including your nuclear family, your dad, your mom, your sister, utawacha kukua na hiyo bitterness ya feeling like you're entitled to someone giving you a job. Let me tell you, many people have made it out here without any support of any. There was no child relative in their family. They were the generational curse breaker in their family. Na hakuna mtu aliwasaidia. They built themselves from the ground up. So, wacha hiyo story ya uncle yako anakuambia nitumie CV sijui nitakusaidia. Maybe akuma juu anakuambia nitakusaidia kuje US, I'll give you a job in my company. Stop, because when you bank on it, you'll even stop applying because unasema siyo ni uncle yangu, siyo ni sister ya my dad, siyo ni sister ya my mom. And then you sit and you fold your hands, you're waiting for your uncle to help you until na kuambia itakuramba. Wake up from that sleep. 99% of the times they won't help you, and they don't even have any obligation to help you. Okay? Yeah, the world is harsh like that. Another thing, keep learning. Ujamaliza sasa at university. I'm telling you, learning is a continuous thing, and there is no point in your life where you'll reach na utasema mimi nimefika, nimejua kila kitu hata ukiwa na PhD. I'm telling you, keep learning. And when I say keep learning, I want you to embrace different forms of learning. Learning is not only just about going to a school, a class. Learning is not just about taking up a course. Even as you are watching this video, I believe that you're learning. Embrace learning in different ways. Attend webinars, attend seminars, attend training programs, watch YouTube videos, watch podcasts. In fact, nowadays, the form of you can get a lot from one YouTube video of 30 minutes than you can get in your whole 4 years. You want to embrace knowledge acquisition. Knowledge acquisition. Keep learning, add your knowledge, and as you're adding your knowledge, you document it, which I'm going to get to it as the next point. Make sure you are learning. take up online courses. And I saw this from a very close friend of mine who studied BBIT in campus, and immediately he finished, he had already enrolled for ACCA, which is an international accounting course. Akafanya Google Analytics online. Like siku hizi kuna a lot of online courses zenye ni free. Siku hizi kuna a lot of webinars zenye ni free. Like, you only need bundles to go on YouTube and watch a video that can change your whole life. Going to the next point. Document every single professional thing you do and be on LinkedIn. So sijui kama tusasema hiyo ni point moja ama point mbili, lakini document everything and make sure you're having a LinkedIn profile. If you're watching this video and you don't have LinkedIn, si tunakosana. Let me tell you, you cannot afford to call yourself a professional and you don't have a LinkedIn profile. And of course, this is not even a paid ad or whatever, though I'm always manifesting one day to work with LinkedIn as a brand, because Mimi, I believe in the power of LinkedIn. I learned about LinkedIn when I was in high school, and LinkedIn has opened doors for me. LinkedIn has helped me to have mentors. LinkedIn has helped me to find funding partners for my organization. LinkedIn has made me to make lifelong friends. LinkedIn has given me mentors. LinkedIn has taught me a lot. If you're watching this video and you're not on LinkedIn, please download, enter Play Store, enter Apple Store, search LinkedIn, download it. If you guys want me to make a whole separate video about the power, how to make the most out of LinkedIn, please comment down below. I'm going to do it. Mimi LinkedIn imekuwa a game changer. Kama unataka kupata job, kama you want to make it in your professional career, I am emphasizing and I'm repeating again, make sure you have a LinkedIn profile. I'm going to put a link to my LinkedIn account down in this video. Let's follow each other. Maybe you can gain a thing or two from how my LinkedIn profile is. I believe it's customized. I mean, not customized, but optimized. You want to make sure you have a LinkedIn profile, okay? Because on LinkedIn, it's like the Tinder for professionals networks. Recruiters siku hizi wanaangalia LinkedIn before waangalie CV yako na resume. Wacha kufocus energy yako yote on resumes and CVs na hauna any LinkedIn profile. Nowadays, even when you fill these application forms za jobs online, unapatanga kuna place wamekuuliza your LinkedIn profile, because your LinkedIn is your online CV, it's your live CV. So you want to make sure you not only have a LinkedIn account, you have a proper image as your profile photo, you have your official names there, your ID, usijite nickname. You want to make sure you have put your interest there, follow people who look. If you want me to do a whole video on that, I can, because LinkedIn is a game changer. Another thing I want to tell you is embrace volunteering. Embrace volunteering. And also, hey, I think I'm also going to link put a link to a video I did on TikTok where I was talking about the power of volunteering. Unaona kitu inaitwa volunteering? Usidharau. And I know you'll be saying, oh Val, but me I need money. I need to make money. Mimi familia yangu ndo macho. Yani mimi ndo tegemeo lao. Me going to high school, to university, it took a whole community doing harambe for me to go to school. Like, I'm the first person in my family, in my village to go to university. So everyone is looking up to me. What do you mean volunteering? Volunteering will open doors for me. And this is something my mom always tells me. You better go to a big organization and a big company where you know you're going to gain a lot of skills, and just knock on their door and tell them, hey, my name is Valerie Waswa. I am a recent graduate of Bachelor's of Laws in this university, and I'm just looking for an unpaid internship. I don't want any remuneration. I just want to be given an opportunity to learn. I'm telling you, humility. You know, the thing about volunteering is it takes a certain form of humility for you to say that you want to volunteer. Two, it shows your commitment to work, right? The first ever job I got kwa law firm, I offered myself to volunteer. I applied, they had announced, walikuwa wameannounce call for legal internship. I applied. Mi naona watu, they're not getting back to me. I called the secretary nikamwambia, "Aki nimeapply job. I really want to get this job. Please help me." They were like, "Okay, inakaa uko interested sana. Let me link you up to the associate." Akanipea namba ya associate. I called the associate. Mi nilikuwa namsumbua. Nilikuwa nampigia kila saa. Namwambia, "Hey, I'm interested in this position." Then she told me, "Ati, we were going to shortlist people and call them for interviews, so be patient. Nikasema shortlisted tena, how am I going to compete with 50 other people? So I just told them, me, I'm ready to work for free. I have never worked in another law firm before. I just want to have that experience of working in a law firm, and I am in a place where my parents can provide for me here and there, pocket money. So just give me a chance to learn. Do you know they called me? They didn't even proceed kuendelea na hizo application. They stopped the application. They called me and they paid me. Nilisema nataka work for free and they paid me. Hold up. Yes. So as I was saying, embrace volunteering. Even though nikapata job and they paid me, volunteering will open doors for you. So how do you ensure that you volunteer in a way that will help you? One, highlight the organizations and companies that you want to work under. Make sure that wanasemanga, kuna quote inasema, when you're applying for a job, make sure that you are obtaining one of these things. If not, quit that job. One, either you're making money out of that job. Two, either you're learning. The best is either both. If none of the above, quit. So because you're not making money out of this position, you want to make sure that your biggest resource is that you're learning. Hakuna haja wewe kwenda kwa place yenye haulearn na haulipwi. So unaona hiyo ni kujiwestia time. Another thing is be open-minded. My darlings, be open-minded. Because the world had just changed since COVID-19. Things have really changed. Specifically in Kenya right now, we are going through very tough economic times. And whether we like it or not, it has an impact on even the employment landscape and in the job market. Companies are downsizing. Companies are retrenching people as opposed to employing people. So the cost of living has gone high, yet the number of graduates goes up every year. And so you get that there's a few jobs to absorb those people. So one, be open-minded. I know you always hear about sijui unemployment, and you just hear about people talking about it, and you tell yourself, can never be me. And in Jesus' name, I decree and declare that may it never be you, because child, unemployment is the ghetto. It is the gutters. It's the absolute ghetto. So it is my prayer for anyone who's watching this and is a recent graduate, may you get a job within the next 3 months. But if you don't, it is not the end of the world. Unasikia? It is not the end of the world. You may have your colleagues who get a job hata before a graduate. Wengine immediately they graduate, they get a job. And for you, maybe it may take 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years. I'm telling you the reality. And then the moment you get this job, salary ni commensurate all those years together. It's there's this thing about and I'm a very big believer in God, where they say that God restores the years that have been eaten by the locusts. God is never late. He's never too early. He's always on time. So I was watching a video of a certain lady on cleaning the airwaves. I've forgotten her name, where she was talking about how she was without a job for a year. And when she got a job, I think after a year or 2 years, the job position that she got was an exec position, and the position and the salary was 3 times the position of the same the amount that her colleagues and her age mates when you graduate na yeye walikuwa wanapata. Ya Mungu ni mengi sana. I'm telling you, there is no formula to this employment thing. You may do everything right, and you may have the perfect CV, perfect LinkedIn profile, speaking from experience. Perfect CV, perfect LinkedIn profiles, you have the networks. Paka watu wanashindwa, wewe Valerie, ni aje hauna kazi? Because the people you know, the people in your circle, but a job just does not come forth. And it's not like you're not applying, you're applying every day. You're putting yourself out there. Life is very mysterious. So I want you guys, please, if you don't take anything out of this video, take this. Be open-minded. Be patient on yourself. God works in mysterious ways. And you may think, oh my God, time. Ukienda Instagram, ukienda social media, you're seeing your friends, suddenly they're having a job. Suddenly wamenunua gari. Kidogo they've moved out of their parents' house. Now they're living alone. Kidogo they are now furnishing their apartments. Uko tu hapo hata uko tu kwa village, hauna job, haujui, hauna mbele wala nyuma. Be patient on yourself, guys, because I almost drove myself into depression because of just being in this space where I was confused about where I am headed. So I want you guys to have an open mind, and I want you to pray to God that may God help you get a job as soon as possible. But if the time you're supposed to get that job does not align with your timelines, may God give you the grace. The reason I'm putting God here in this is because I cannot explain logic as to how or why some people don't get jobs and some people get jobs early and others don't. It's just mysterious. Because when people look, when you look at someone's resume, perfect, you know, they have a volunteer experience, they have some prayer work experience, they have good grades. Heck, someone even has a first class. So you wonder, why is this person not getting a job? Life is very mysterious. So be very open-minded, be very patient on yourself. Don't kill yourself. Don't think of committing suicide. Don't think you're a bad person. Don't think, why me? Why am I not the one getting a job? Please just be patient on yourself, and but at the same time pray a lot. Pray a lot, because we also do not want unnecessary delays. We want to come against the spirit of delay. We want to make sure that there is no delay. We want to pray for the gift of favor, that when you pray for that job, the right people will find your job. The recruiters are going to give you that job, not because you're qualified, not because of anything, but because of God interceding for you and giving you favor. If there is one area of my life that has drawn me closer to God, is my professional life and my career, because I have seen God come through for me. So at the same time, pray to God that kusikuwe na spirit of rejection. May you find favor and may there be no delay. Wow, we've gone Bible. Sindio? Another point is keep in touch with your lecturers and classmates. I know you want to, we live in a generation where people are very quick to ditch their relationships. You finish school, you've deleted the numbers of all your classmates, you've deleted the numbers of your professors, you don't want anything to do with them, my friend. Your number one network ni wale watu wenye umekuwa ukiinteract na wao wapi? Shuleni, in campus. I'm telling you, keep tabs with your classmates. Keep tabs with them, because they may refer you to a job. Your lecturers, most of them unapata, they are not only just lecturers, but they are working in the fields of the areas they are teaching. So let's say and a huge shout out to my favorite lecturer, Miss Mushiri, right? So for example, she was a commercial law, tax law lecturer, all of that, but she was also working in a law firm. So you see, and it could be that for anything. Maybe you're in medicine and you have a lecturer who is teaching you epidemiology or whatever. I don't know much about medicine. You find that there are also consultants. They can give you a job in their consultancy firms. Most of these lecturers have part-time businesses, okay? Or lecturing is the part-time and they have a business. They could be your number one mentors. They could be your number one referrals. Same to your classmates. Don't be quick to burn bridges. Don't be quick to leave that WhatsApp group, ya class, ya shule, utashanga. Because these people are your number one networks. Sawa. Aya, another point is campus life and work life is very different. I need you to know that. In so many ways. And so, I want you to undergo a metamorphosis. To change your mindset, to change your perspective, to even change your dressing, right? I know there are some campuses where you can dress however you want. Sindio? You can wear jeans, you can wear Crocs even, you can have tattoos, visible tattoos that is, and there are some who don't allow. But maybe you are in a campus where there was never any dress code restrictions. I want you to know that don't carry that mindset into the workspace. You want to dress professionally. So hata mimi leo nimejaribu nimejikaza na kableza kangu hapa, because we are talking about professional things. So I want you to even change how you dress. They say dress how you want to be addressed. When you're going for those interviews, when you're going for those networking events, don't go there like unaenda club. kuna place ya kuvaa nguo za shower clothes kuna place ya kuvaa bikini na kuna place ya kuvaa official, si ndio? So even just from the word go, from your dressing, you want to put yourself together as someone who is a professional. Dress the way you want to be addressed. Still on the difference between campus life and work life. Campus, let's say haukuwa na a full time, like a full schedule from morning to evening, si ndio? Let's say uko na classes mbili, Monday, Tuesday hauna class, Wednesday uko na class moja afternoon. So there's a lot of free pockets of time. Let me tell you guys, in the work environment ni 9 to 5 mtu wangu. Hata si 9 to 5, ni 8 to 5. So just start changing your mindset like that and know that it's going to be a 9 to 5. So you want to be better at managing your time and all of that. Another thing you need to know is that now that you're transitioning into your work life, it's going to be harder to make friends. It's going to be harder to make friends because in campus it's so easy, right? You meet your classmates, they end in your friends, you meet over classes and lectures and all of that. And this is advice that my first boss ever told me, like my first boss in the legal sector. That's how complicated my career life is. Because when I say first boss in the legal sector, it is because I've had also other bosses in the NGO sector, whatever, yada yada. So I'm talking about my first boss in the legal space, in the corporate legal space. He told me that making friends is very hard in adulting. And like I'm talking about the adulting post campus. And like the boss, you know, the law firm was started by, it was a partnership, sindio? A partnership. And these partners, where did they meet? 90% of them, like 3 out of 4 of them wali meet in campus. They were schoolmates and classmates. Then 2 of them met in the workplace. So they were saying that it has been harder for them to make friends after campus, so much so that the people you end up building networks and even starting businesses with them ni wale watu walikuwa your classes, which goes back to my point where I was saying don't be quick to ditch those friendships, those connections. Au ndo tumtaanza nao biashara, au ndo takuwa your business partners, au ndo mtaanza nao that law firm, au ndo mtaanza nao your NGO, au ndo mtaanza nao those initiatives. So just keep in mind that it's going to be harder to make friends. Therefore, you want to be more intentional about building and nurturing your already existing friendships. Another point, take time to just breathe. You know, we live in a capitalistic society where we're just on the go. It's always do this, then next do that, then next do this. Yani, it's always what are we doing and what are we doing and what have you. Maybe you just need to take a gap year. Like you've been studying for 4 years or 5 years or 6 years or 3 years depending on your profession, and maybe what you just need is a gap year. Just a break from anything academic. If you have the luxury to do that, please take that gap year. Travel if you have the money to travel. Go back home and stay with your parents if that can help you save and just rest and just be taken care of. Because acha nikwambia, the moment you start working, ni hivi kama gari ya miraa. Mbio. Sometimes maybe you'll have to work from 7 to 7 p.m. Sometimes you have to work weekends. Now, as niliwaambia, like, work life si kama campus, you have free pockets of time. So if you have the luxury, just breathe, relax. It's not the end of the world, imagine. Take that breather. You don't need to now be thinking, now I need to do masters. Now I need to get a job. Especially if you know yourself and you know that you've experienced burnout in campus. Especially the last years, the last semesters and the last year of campus is usually very, very hectic and all of that. Kufanya project, thesis, research and all that. Maybe you just need a break. Just breathe. Chillax. It's never that serious. Another thing, I want you to be proactive about applying for jobs. You want to even have a job application schedule. Imagine, like, when all is said and done, when all is said and done, there's a place of effort. So, and this is something I learned from some lady I follow on LinkedIn called Joanne the Career Coach, and I highly recommend you guys to follow her. if you want to get more tips about applying for jobs and how to answer interviews. She makes very amazing content, and it's very humorous and very funny, yet very enlightening. She said that you want to have a whole day ritual and day schedule as if you have a job. Put a waking up time and say that I'll be waking up at 6 a.m. and then do this, even work out or whatever, and then maybe do house chores, whatever. And then you want to make sure, for me, I can advise you just say that in a day, put aside 3 hours to apply for jobs, to research for jobs. Or you can tell yourself in a day, apply for at least one job. Or you can say in a week, apply for at least one job. You know, the thing is the law of numbers. The more you put yourself out there and apply for jobs, you increase your chances of being selected. They say the harder you work, the luckier you become. Sasa kama you are not applying for jobs, Njeri, sasa ukisema hakuna job, si utakuwa unadanganya. And then this is also something I learned from a certain organization called ALX, founded by Fred Swanika. And as I was doing a course on virtual assistants, and he was okay, not him was who was saying, but like from that course we were told that when applying for jobs, you want to even have like a Google sheet, like a template, and every time you apply for a job, like keep tabs with the organizations you've applied. And even if you already know the organizations you'd want to work with and the companies, write their names down, their websites, their social media handles, and the emails, and then the position you want to apply for and the position you've applied for. So, and then you want to put like a checklist. Applied, then you can put yes, no. There's a way you can put those command prompts on YouTube. On Google Sheets. So if you've applied, you just click yes. If you applied, no. Then if they've gotten back to you, you put there, have they gotten back to you or not. The reason I'm saying that is because when you're applying for many jobs and you're always tweaking your resume, sometimes you can end up being called for an interview and you don't even remember what job you applied for. You don't remember the content you put there and that kind of thing. So you want to come up with a list of the organizations you want to work for, the roles you want to work under, the vacancies, put it in a Google Sheet. Then when you apply, you tick. Let me tell you, there is no shortcut to it. That's just how we have to do it sometimes. Another point is, this is very cliche and very obvious, but I just have to say it. Make sure you have an optimized resume and cover letter. An optimized and generalized one which you can tweak every time you are applying for a job. Don't be those people who apply for jobs, CV ni same, resume ni same na all the jobs you apply. No. You want to make sure you're always tweaking it to align with the keywords of the jobs you are applying for and all that. Another thing is those CVs and resumes, make sure you have them on hard copy, like you photocopied a number of them. Make sure you also have them on soft copy. I always prefer Google Drive. So the moment saa zingine unaweza kuwa una attend event na and you meet with someone, you tell them you're actively looking for a job and they tell you there and then, nipe CV. You can easily send it to them on email. Same to that is this thing I also learned on ALX when I was doing the virtual assistant course, which is called having an elevator pitch. You want to make sure you have an elevator pitch. You can record it, put it on YouTube, and then when you're editing it, you want to put it in such a way that if you don't want it to be public, you can put it as listed. A listed YouTube video means that only the people whom you've given the link has access to the video. So you want to have like a 1-minute elevator pitch that introduces yourself. It's an introduction, like a professional summary of who you are as a person professionally. That makes you unique when you're applying for jobs. Because you see, the thing is, when you're talking, someone can see how you've dressed, someone can see your passion, someone can see your genuineness. So when you're applying for jobs, there's always that place when they say, if you have any additional information, you just put a link to that elevator pitch. Trust you me, it will increase your chances of getting a job. Also, if you guys want me to record a video about how to come up with an elevator pitch, let me know in the comment section below. What else am I forgetting? Still on the aspect of spirituality, fast and pray. Fast and pray if you're a Christian. I'm talking about Christianity because that's what I know, but if it applies to other religions, do that as well. Tap into the higher power because life is very spiritual. And I always say life is very spiritual. You want to download that CV, lay your hands on it, cover it with the blood of Jesus, and say that, God, wherever that CV is going to be, may you intercede for me, that I'm not going to lose that job. I'm not going to lose an opportunity which has my name on it. If you can even do a 1 day fast, a 1 meal fast, a 2 day fast, fast. Every morning before you post something on your LinkedIn, go on LinkedIn, say, God, I cover my social media presence with the blood of Jesus. That God, may the right recruiters find my professional CV, may find my LinkedIn account, God, that may the right people reach out to me. And then you'll be shocked how people you start getting DMs of recruiters telling you, Valerie, there's this job opportunity and we are headhunting for this position. Are you interested? My beloved friends, ladies and gentlemen, my darlings, life is very spiritual. Life is very spiritual. Download that CV, print it. Download that certificate, that degree certificate. Hold your hands on it, cover it with the blood of Jesus Christ, and say, in the name of Jesus, wherever this CV will land, wherever this LinkedIn profile will land, wherever this certificate will land, may the blood of Jesus intercede for me. And even when you go into that interview, before you step in, say, God, as I walk in, I'm walking in with the angels that, Lord, may I find favor. Because favor will open doors for you that qualifications won't. Another point is, consider entrepreneurship. Most of the things I'm talking about has been generally about employment. But let me tell you, going back to what I was saying, research shows it. Nasi stories are jaba. Research shows it that hakuna jobs. Like, jobs ziko. Technically, jobs ziko, literally, sindio? But like the number of graduates who are professionals, like kitambo, there was high rates of unemployment because people don't have degrees, don't have studies. Lakini saizi kila mtu amesoma. Kukuwa na degree ni kaka na karatasi. So the number of, first of all, Kenya is a very youthful population. That is one. Two, this youthful population is learned. Hawa watu wako na degrees, and the jobs that are available just can't consume everyone. So if you've been applying for a job for a number of months, what if maybe your calling is entrepreneurship? We're not all, the thing is, we're not meant to all go to school tuandikwe kazi. Let me tell you, but the employment is scam. Employment should never be your end goal. I don't care whatever you want to do. At some point in your life, you have to reach a point where you say, I want to also be the one to create jobs for others. So for others, maybe it may take them working for a while before they start a business. But you know yourself, you've always had that business acumen. You've always been able to make a sale here and there. Whether in campus, whether you're very young, just reflect on yourself. You will know if you know. Maybe what if you're supposed to start a business, now create watu wengine jobs, and you're busy focused on employment, and your calling is not in employment. And maybe you're saying, oh, but I just studied law, for instance, or medicine. How can I start a clinic na sina experience? First of all, it's not even legally right. How can I start a law firm na hata sijaenda KSL bado? Entrepreneurship si lazima uanzishe business kwa kitu umesoma. Do you need a degree for you to be a makeup artist? Do you need a degree for you to be a private chef? Going back to those things, those passions, there are many businesses that you can start and they do not require a lot of licensing and professional requirements, whatever. Maybe you can start a shop. Maybe you can be a freelancer, Like there are so many business models. You don't have to, you could sell a product, you could sell a service. You could be a nail technician. You could really just do just about anything. Maybe content creation, that's a form of entrepreneurship. I would like most of you to really think about it. Reflect upon it and just see. What if maybe your calling is entrepreneurship? Wacha punguza jam kwa market. Punguza jam ya watu wenye wana apply job, anzisha business na uemploy watu wengine. Si hapo tuko sawa? Wacha niachie hapo. I think I have said everything that needs to be said. And if you're seeing this, I am sending you guys so much love and light. I would like you guys to share in the comment section what has been your experience applying for a job. How has it been like? And also share your tips. What do you think you can advise our fellow recent graduates who have just graduated recently that can help them to get a job quickly or to have an income quickly, or that is starting a business, yada yada yada. Until next Wednesday, so much love and light for me guys. Mi nawapenda by the way. I love you guys so much. Bye.